Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Keely and welcome back to the Sirdar Pumpkin Spice CAL week 2. So I have already started on the CAL. It is actually Sunday the 26th for me, and I started on this on Friday technically, and I've gotten pretty far. But before I get to talking really, let's go ahead and go back a couple of days and show you where I'm at on the CAL for week 2. Okay, so here is where we are at. I am loving how these pips are coming out. It's called the chocolate and pips section, and it just looks so pretty. I love the little pops of color from the chocolate, and it's just working up so nicely. Something I have noticed with the written instructions for this week is after you've done the ladybird color and then you do your first round of the chocolate, in the corner you do 3 double crochet with a chain 2, and then after the burnt orange you just do 2 double crochet with a chain 2, and then after the clementine the instructions say to do 3 double crochet and a chain 2 again. But after the clementine and after sunshine and the golden and the cornfield, after those 3 yellow colors, the chocolate instructions are to still do the 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the corner. So I opted to kind of follow that pattern just so there's not a random corner in here that has 3 double crochet and then the rest just have 2 double crochet. And hopefully that doesn't mess with the stitch count. If it does, I may just add an increase here and there just to get the stitch count correct. And as far as yarn usage, I have probably 1/4 of a skein left of the oatmeal color, and I have about a 1/2 of a skein left of the chocolate. All the other colors, it's very minimal usage so far, so I'm not worried about running out of those just yet. Which they only gave you 1 skein of each of those. Obviously the pattern doesn't use very much of those colors. Just have 3 more colors for the pips technically to do, and I'm not including the rounds of chocolate that you have to do in between. So just 3 more colors, and I believe that's it for week 2. And I also love that we are continuing to work in the round, and so we're just building off of the blanket. We're not having to make panels to then sew on, because I hate sewing, so this is actually working out wonderfully. And then just as a little update on my timing, because I am timing each section and seeing how long it takes me to do. Doing the colors of the pips takes me around 15 minutes. I don't have my notepad in here with me, but for like doing the ladybird, the burnt orange, and the clementine colors, those are 12 to 15 minutes for each round so far. And then the chocolate double crochet 2 together rounds are taking me around 25 minutes each time. Even though we're getting larger on the blanket, the rounds are taking roughly the same amount of time, and so I'm able to go pretty quickly. Another thing I'm trying to do is, as I'm working the rounds on the back, I am staggering where I start in my corners. That way one corner doesn't have a ton of ends to weave in for that corner, and it makes the corner bulky feeling. So I think I can finish this. If I try really hard to finish it today, I think I could, but I do have a couple of errands I need to run, so I may not finish it today, but let's at least try to get 2 colors done. So I'm gonna get started on that. Good afternoon. So it is the next day, as you can see, and it's actually later in the day. I honestly haven't worked on this blanket at all since the other night. What I ended up doing instead is, when I was working on the round with the golden color, I was working in here, and just my craft room was crazy messy, so I just couldn't handle it anymore. So I ended up reorganizing my craft room, and I added some new yarn to the shelf and fixed up some of it, so it's all a little better organized. There's not as much on the floor, and I'm really just, I feel so much more mentally clean. You know, when you haven't organized or cleaned up anything in a while and it just starts to overstimulate you. That's where I was at, so I had to just stop and clean. So now that I am in a pretty good headspace to work on this, I just have 3 more rounds, I believe. So I need to do 1 more of the pip coloring, so in the cornfield color, then the double crochet 2 together of the chocolate, and then I think it's just 1 more like finishing round in the chocolate after that, and that will be week 2 done. I'm really loving how this week has turned out so far. It looks very, very nice, and I love that it's kind of doing a gradient. It just looks so good. I think I can finish this tonight, if not tomorrow morning. Okay, cornflower color is officially done. Now we just have 2 more rows of chocolate, and this week will be finished, minus weaving in the ends. So that only took about 15 minutes. The next round with the chocolate, it's taking me on average 25-30 minutes. So we'll do that. And then the last row, I'm not sure if it's like double crochet or just a round of single crochet. I haven't exactly looked yet, but I'm assuming that will probably take me around another 30 minutes as well. So just an hour most likely to finish the stitches, and then weaving in the ends like I already said. we finished the cornflower and then the double crochet two together. We definitely do not have enough for the last chocolate round, so I am going to have to open up another skein, but that is no worry. But this, as my numbers have been showing, this took me 27 minutes. I'm guessing the next round is going to take another 30 minutes, and then week 2 is done. We finished the last round, so now we just have our ends in. Unfortunately, I do not have any time right now to weave in these ends because it is time to walk the dogs, but I don't think the ends will take up a terribly long time. It's probably going to take me like 20 minutes. It looks really good in the viewfinder. I just love this gradient. But yeah, let's go walk the dogs, and then I can maybe weave in these ends and finish tonight, but I will keep y'all updated. Week 2 is officially done, and all ends are woven in. I do have one end, if I can find it, and that's where I lastly fastened off, but when I start the next round, I'm going to crochet over it, so this will technically be woven in at that point. So I am not worried. That's kind of what I normally do anyway for these blankets, is I leave that last tail to crochet over it and weave that in. But I love how this week has turned out. I love the gradient effect there. It looks so good. So now to go over the timing. So for the first round, which the first 3 rounds were just neatening the edge right here in the oatmeal color from week 1. So you just add a few rows in the oatmeal color to neaten that edge before you start doing the chocolate and the other colors. So the first round took 16 minutes, second took 19, third took 20, and then starting with doing the ladybird, that was 13 minutes, then the chocolate round was 25, 15 minutes for round 6, 27 minutes for round 7, round 8 was 12 minutes, round 9 was 25 minutes, round 10 was 14 minutes, round 11 was 28 minutes, round 12 was 12 minutes, round 13 was 27 minutes, round 14 was 15 minutes, round 15 was 27, round 16 was 28, and weaving in all the ends took 22 minutes. So that was a total of 323 minutes, and putting that into hour terms was 5.38 hours. So with week 1 and this week, we are at close to 12 hours on the dot, and so not too bad. I'm excited to see what next week will bring us. So that is going to be the end of today's video. I do hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week.